Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Coach's Corner. Zach By sitting down with John Mueller, the head baseball coach here at the University of Albany. Coach, thanks for dropping by, and congratulations. You got a nice little bounce back win after an opening series loss against Maine in the 10th inning. Eric Mueller, sophomore, gets it done for you guys. Big triple.
Yeah, we opened up the series Saturday. Saturday was a tight contest. 4-3 loss in the first game. Thought Brendan Ryan threw the ball pretty good. Wasn't one of his best starts, but he still gave us a chance to win. Just a good tight game. We made a couple errors, helped them get a couple runs, defensive miscues. We always say if you win by one run or lose by one run, the coaches put that on their back. So tough loss in game one. Half hour later, we turned around. Stephen Woods went out and was throwing the ball well. We hadn't thrown in 2 weeks. All the guys hadn't pitched in a while, so we had some walks, a number of walks, but we only gave up 6 hits in the 10 innings, and I think that was a real contributor to us winning that ball game.
Well, it's nice to actually talk about baseball with you because so much of the storyline the past couple weeks has been you guys haven't been able to actually play outside, and considering how much time you took off, how do you think your kids responded with real bullets flying?
Well, I think from a defensive standpoint, we played on the carpet again. Maine has a nice turf facility. We made 2 errors in the first game, but the key in the second game was no errors. No errors. We had a very nice double relay from the outfield that cut off a potential game-winning run when the game was tied at 5. And we played solid defense throughout the game. We turned a number of double plays. Clean defense. Like I said, we had the 16 walks, but Joey Moore was dominant out of the bullpen. I think he had about 6 walks too, but he only gave up a handful of hits. And those 2 guys are very hard to hit. Now, if they're throwing strikes and we're playing defense, we can beat just about anybody with those 2 guys in the mound.
I want to ask you about that because as a coach, as you're watching those guys, Stephen Woods at the start and then Moore to follow, they're walking so many guys. You said it said to me it may be school record, but at the same time, you're not really giving up that big mistake to the Maine offense. How are you viewing that?
Well, it's a lot of stress, I can tell you that. You want to keep pitch counts down. Stephen's pitch count got up around 100, so he was limited to a little over 4 innings. But these guys, some pitchers have that kind of ability to, because of their stuff, they're a little bit wild in and out of the zone. I thought that it was a tight zone for the second game. I also thought that it was difficult. Guys coming off a portable mound and sneakers and putting their spikes on and getting 8 pitches to warm up, and then that kind of started it with Steven. He walked the bases loaded to start the game and really limited the damage. And that's something they've done a great job of, is not just keeping the run game down and quickening their pace, but really limiting the damage when they do give up free passes.
All things considered, you satisfied to walk away from that series on the road at 1-1?
Absolutely. I think that we always say play 500 on the road and you got to win your series at home. I mean, if you said 3 weeks into the season we would have played 13 games, I would have been shocked. If you told me we walked 16 guys in a conference game and won, I wouldn't believe you. But after 3 weeks being 1-1, right at 500, with 4 conference series at home and 2 on the road to go, I think we're in very good shape right now. I think I'm really excited about where we are right now.
You got Hartford right around the corner. How important is that to continue success within the conference?
Every game is monumental. I heard someone say the other day, Mike and Mike were talking about, the college basketball being the best thing, how it's a 1-game knockout. You go out Saturday, we win that first 9-inning game on Saturday, the pressure just starts mounting for Hartford. They're on the road. It's almost must win that second game, because if you come back at the end of the day and you're 0-2, these are college kids. They get up the next day. Everybody in the park knows who won the 2 and who lost the 2. You can go out there and coach them up as well as you want, but there's a big thing called momentum in college baseball. And as you watch, guys make plays and pitchers make pitchers and guys come up with big at-bats, and there's so much of this college game is momentum. When to call a 30-second timeout, when to call a full timeout. There's no clock in baseball, but there's certainly a ton of momentum, and that's something we'd like to establish. When you're at home, you get to hit last, and those last 3 outs are tough to get here at Varsity Field.
Coach, best of luck, and thanks for dropping by, man.
Thanks a lot, Zach.
All right, that'll do it for this week's edition of Coach's Corner. As always, you can catch Coach and I next week, and we recap the Hartford series and look ahead to the rest of the schedule. For John Mueller, I'm Zach By. We'll see you next time.